High fuel prices at the pump remain a constant headache for Belizean drivers. West Texas Intermediate crude is trading at US $57.79 per barrel today, following recent price drops tied to global supply concerns and geopolitical tensions, including the US tanker seizure linked to Venezuela. But if you own a vehicle in Belize, don't count on any relief at the pump anytime soon.
As much as I'd love to bring down the price of fuel, then okay, if I bring down the cost from the taxes, tell me where we're going to get the money to be able to do all of these things that we're doing. If you could answer that, I'd be happy to do it immediately.
The Briceño administration says Belize's fixed fuel price, despite lower costs on the global market, allows the government to collect a surcharge that funds various programs.
Along with GST and the importation, the taxes we charge on fuel is one of the it's one of the biggest revenue earners. So if we we reduce it by half, and that means that we're getting off $50-60 million off from the tax revenues. If you could find me the next $60 million, I'd be happy to do it today.
SIB's latest data show gas and other fuels, along with housing, water, and electricity, as the second biggest drivers of inflation. From January to October 2025, household goods and services cost 1.2% more than during the same period in 2024. Interestingly, when he led the opposition in 2017, Briceño criticized high fuel prices, pointing to soaring inflation. He often chided the Barrow administration over the mounting cost of living.
Do you feel comfort by the Prime Minister's words? A man that constantly changes his mind, a man that you can't keep him to his word, a man who promised his country that he was going to keep the fuel under $7, and that if the fuel price were to go up by $1, he was going to reduce the tax. A man who right now, the tax on fuel on premium is over $5, and you're comforted by his words? I don't think so. The fact is that today the price of fuel, of oil has been going down. And there's no way why he's supposed to be at this high price. All he needs to do, he could easily take off $2 tax and keep the price under $10. That's the least he can do. The least he can do. But yet he continues to tax with the fuel, with the GST. I mean, he's putting on new taxes on new products on GST. So we are feeling that pressure as Belizeans.
By July 2018, still in opposition, PUP leader John Briceño again criticized Prime Minister Dean Barrow's administration for not lowering fuel costs. At the time, premium dropped only 11 cents to $11.30 per gallon.
The problem with this government is that they are bankrupt of ideas. It is easy for them to tax fuel between 40 and 50%. Of every dollar that you pay at the pump, between 40 and 50 cents goes directly to the government. And it is an easy way to collect money. What the Prime Minister and his ministers fail to understand is that when they do that, they are creating even bigger problems for the country. The cost of living goes up, transportation goes up, cost of production goes up. It makes us uncompetitive. And once we become uncompetitive, then businesses start to either shut down or they start to get smaller, so then less economic activity takes place.
In November 2020, the PUP took office, but fuel remained fixed at the pump, contrary to campaign promises on the cost of living. The administration stopped publishing price increases, and today, PM Briceño offers a different justification.
We're hoping that we could eventually start to ease that as we start to increase in other areas where we could improve the tax collection, and as the economies continue to grow, that then we could then ease off on that, on those taxes and cover it somewhere else. But presently right now we don't. So if we were to cut that, then we may have to cut GST. We can have the GST free weekends, the free education, the feeding programs, the scholarships, NHI. All of these things come from our tax monies that have a direct impact on the lives of our citizens across this country. So we believe that we need to find that balance, and as much as I hate to keep it where it is, that's about the best we can do at this moment.
For many Belizeans, Plan Belize and its pledge to lower the cost of living may have simply been a campaign in poetry. Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.